May we get a message for my babes. What is the message? If we may. I love you guys. Thanks for being here. Oh. What's the message? Just get one. Oh my gosh! Whatever. You guys, jeez. Here we go. We got Rescuer. I just started a video, pulled this card literally within less than 2 minutes ago, and I started over because I was stumbling with my words, and it was just like, I just didn't. And then we got a party outside, and it's a little distracting. Plus, I didn't really want to focus on the Rescuer energy because, but damn, the chances! The chances! There's got to be at least 70 or 80 cards here. The chances of it just coming out like that. I mean, all right, so I guess we clearly need a reading on the Rescuer. And what I had said just a minute ago was at the beginning of the last reading a second ago was that I don't want to focus on Rescuer energy. And I haven't wanted to for a couple years now because that's all I feel like I did, not even necessarily consciously, for the first 40 years of my life. It was time for a break to be the Rescuer. And so let me just read this real quick so you know what we're talking about as far as this card goes. Rescuer, light attributes. Provides strength and support to others in crisis. Acts out of love with no expectation of reward. But the laborer deserves his wages. Quote unquote, Jesus. Shadow attributes. Assumes that the rescued will reciprocate. Keeps the rescued one needy. Yeah, these cards are triggering for me. Okay, so what I have done with this Rescuer energy is I have I'm not working on anybody direct. Well, there's no direct contact with anybody where I'm intentionally trying to. I just haven't done that. Like I used to look for opportunities to, let's say, for lack of a better word, preach. No, that is never going to happen again unless it just comes out naturally. Fine. But what I am interested in is those, that are on the precipice of such a phenomenal shift in their perspective in whatever area they're on. Whoever that I can contact who's on the brink of enlightenment to something, as opposed to somebody who's super busted and needs a bunch of help, which I could give them a bunch of help, but like I'm getting, Jesus says, the poor you will always have with you. But the ones who are on the brink of some sort of major shift and they just need a little help with, it's like to witness or observe somebody who is doing or living the way that they're just almost able to be, but they might not even know how to pursue finalizing the shift because they got no example outside themselves to. I mean, it comes from within, but like if you can witness somebody doing the things then it is so much easier to just adopt, you know. It's like, oh shit, that's what I should do. And so yeah, so my point is no more rescuing people that everybody needs rescued in some sense, seems like. But the ones who are on the brink of just a phenomenal breakthrough, which they just need a little perspective to witness something. I think you know what I'm talking about. So I want to say I trust that those who I'm truly connecting with through my platform here are the ones that I'm speaking of, on the precipice of just a little, just need to observe a little something, and they have like this breakthrough. And so that's where I'm at. As far as you guys and your rescuer energy, like the male, let's just say society labels it more or less that the male is the provider or the rescuer, but the woman has a need to like fix the man or whatever. And so they both have tendencies to try to and people have the tendency to want to be slightly fixed or rescued. It's so odd then to get into the position where you don't need to be rescued anymore, and you're not trying to rescue anybody, but just by your mere existence, just your presence alone shifts something that I've been trying to do my whole life, focused on the wrong people that aren't trying to help them fucking self. What a waste. They're just succubuses. Just, you know what else I've discovered recently, which it's like everybody innately must know this, but to put it into words is like it brings it, the reality of it, to life. And so let me try to put this into words because I've never done this. So what I was just like full concept of wherever you are, let's say, just again, I've never put this into words. So let's just say someone's life, no matter what age they die, everybody's trying to get from 1 to 10, let's just say. And let's say somebody who's at a 4, which is like, I don't know, you're gone through grade school, middle school, high school, and then you go to college, and then you get a career and marriage and kids. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 10. Like, let's say number 4 is like high school. And it's like people who are like 15 to 18 are expected to be at a certain maturity level, more or less. And so they're treated that way, and they're allowed to, fuck up more than you would if you're 40 or whatever. Okay, so with that as an example of what am I trying to say? It's like, okay, according to everybody's own ability, okay, I've never put this into words, so let me just start over. Let's say somebody is a perfectionist, and I guess we could still utilize the high school, but they're like valedictorian. So at level 4, high school, excellence at level 4, like valedictorian. That person has presented themselves as a perfectionist. And so people will treat them as such. So, like, more or less, they expect them to go to a really good college, and anything kind of average or less would be really odd, right? And so, but the person level 4 that has like an average C grade is only expected to go to, maybe not even go to college. Okay, so my point is, no matter where you are, no matter what number and what level you are as far as mediocre or perfectionist during that timeline, we are teaching others how to kind of treat us based on our performance in life. If we're a perfectionist, we're expected to be, okay. So when we my point is, the downside to rescuer energy, okay, so when you present yourself as this major rescuer energy where you are always saying yes and always trying to give, it's like at that level, people expect it and don't have to necessarily reciprocate, because first of all, they probably can't at your level. And second of all, it's just expected that you're going to be the same. And so when you're not, never mind, it's not when you're not. It's that when we're at that level, valedictorian or a supreme rescuer, it's like, then we have the society expecting us to be at that all the time. And most of us that are, driven so far up here is because we want to gain the rewards or the reciprocity of our nature to give. And so, unfortunately, it takes a very long time for empaths and givers and people of service to learn that it doesn't matter at what level you give, they will always expect too much. I'm definitely not putting this into the right words, or, it's the right words, but like just to make it simple, my point is that I stopped rescuing, giving, it's just what it is. And so it is.